People say I ain't no good, and I'm crazy as a loon. Cause I shave my head in the morning, pick guitar in the afternoon. Just like old Chief and Charlie, I like to lay around in the shade. Well, I ain't got no money, but you better believe I got it made. Cause I ain't asking nobody for nothing if I can't get it on my own. If you don't like the way I'm living, just leave this bald-headed country boy alone.
What's up, folks? Thanks for tuning into the Josh Terry Podcast. We're in Sneed, Alabama at Back Road Park right now. The people who run the park are behind us, and I'm very scared to do this episode in front of them with these degenerate fucks that are at this table. Blaine Bunning, welcome back.
Good to be here.
Thank you, sir. Mark Oriott.
They let me off probation. Thanks.
Pull the mic closer to you. You know what to do.
No.
We've drank just 4 sips of Fireball, and you are already a fucking problem.
Yeah. that's
Justin
what happened.
Dukes, we'll
What's
get to
going
why
on,
you're a
Bubba?
problem in just a minute. The good one out of the group, Mr. Jared Hartness.
That's saying something right there.
A little skinny. Try to hang around a little while till, you know.
What's up, buddy?
I really do now wish a bitch walk indoors and he'd run off. And then Dave McMahon, thank you for coming and setting this up.
You're welcome.
Now that I know you can do that, I'm probably going to abuse that fact.
I'm not surprised by that.
You should have purposely messed it up so
Yeah,
you never
I
asked
would
you
have.
again.
Wait,
I
these
would-
aren't supposed to plug into the floor?
Yeah.
don't
If
know
you'd have
how
done
they
that,
got
I'd have never asked you to do it again.
I can't get it in.
It's all directional, but it only goes one direction.
No. Anyway, I didn't know I'd start the show off, but there's one person that I never get to talk shit to because they're a good boy. And last night we got to see his dark side.
Well,
Justin Dukes. I just want to say I love you, but fuck you.
Fuck you.
I wake up this morning. I'd already told them that it was going to happen, but I knew you were going to text me about that was the nicest picture I could have posted of you.
I know.
By the way, you do this Michael Jordan thing. You know how like Michael Jordan, before he would score, he always had his tongue out?
Yeah.
You do it, but it's...
But you don't score.
Yeah. At all. It is fucking... I'm going to show you some videos later, and you might not want to drink again.
Dude, I saw the videos.
He saw the light
Boy,
last
y'all
night.
make
Got
sure I
him
get
in the
mics
vault.
closer to you when you talk.
Oh, I saw the videos.
No, I didn't send you all of them.
Oh, you didn't?
I didn't
there
send
was
you the
more.
one. I didn't send you the one where you're at, like, where we're at Cottonfield last night. And I don't know who you're staring at,
Yeah.
but you
I
were
was
staring.
out.
You
A
was
lot of it was the floor.
no. I think
One time he was talking in the garage door, I think.
yeah. I thought it was the little hot ass bartender that you was staring at. I don't know where it was or not.
It was
I don't
me.
think
I was
so
just out there.
because she was moving and your eyes wasn't.
Yeah.
So it didn't really. You were locked the fuck in, bro.
And that ain't it.
oh,
That
yeah,
ain't
he
it.
wouldn't shake my hand for like 5 minutes. I just kept my hand out.
I do have a video of all of that.
Before
I
I
have
went
a
to
video
piss, he had your hand extended, and when he came back, your hand was still extended.
I was proving a point.
You took offense to that.
Uh-huh.
My personal favorite video is him smacking Mark's ass last night.
Yeah.
He gave me a good ass
Oh,
whoop.
yeah.
He sexually assaulted Mark from the bed.
Yeah, I mean, my hand went up in the air
100%.
afterwards, and I
Get
said,
up
"Woo!"
and party
but I
with
didn't
us.
Say,
like it.
get your ass up and party with me. And then
And I had to pretend like I didn't like it.
At one, yeah, I know. At one point in time, me, you, and Blaine were the voices of reason.
and that's scary.
We talked about that. It was like, Dan, how the hell were we the ones that were like, you should not do that?
I've never seen Skinny that drunk either, though.
I've been pretty close around here.
How old are you? 22?
24.
24?
19.
You went to about 12 years old last night. Like you was like a little goddamn gnat before it was all said and done last night.
Well, shit, y'all had me a damn fucked up like Christmas tree.
Yeah. It was.
Fucked up like a Christmas tree?
Yeah.
I'm gonna let you handle that one.
I
Elf.
have not heard that one.
I've seen some pretty fucked up Christmas trees in my day.
Part of being from
In all
Arkansas.
seriousness, if this music thing don't work out for you, you could probably be like a mall Santa.
I feel like, other than the kids, having
Well,
to come sit on my lap, they're not allowed within 100 yards of me.
I know they're not.
Vice versa, I guess.
Yeah, we should have told Cottonfield that before they invited like families and not.
Yeah.
Like he can't.
Yeah.
Little predatory.
It's not near a school, right? Or a Chuck E. Cheese or something.
Jesus.
So it's like
God damn.
Alien versus Predator, but it's Child versus Predator.
What's the dude's name that fucking tricks all the pedos into coming to their house. Is it Chris Hansen?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
we
they
invited
like-
him.
said they
He's
like-
going to knock on this door in about 5.
He's either
Yeah.
getting you or skinny. I don't know which one. Oh shit! Why aren't you talk? You've not hardly talked this entire trip.
It's how long has this been recording? 5 minutes, maybe.
No, but like the whole rest of the time too.
He
Yeah, I
talked
have.
so much shit about you before coming down that I thought you were going to be an annoying person.
Have you
You're
not been
so
around
No,
David?
that's just the
before?
way he. That's just the
Not
way he
really.
sees me. You
Oh
know?
no, I love David. I hate that. He's like one of those people like you that I'm not fond that I care for.
That fucking video we all filmed thing, you're like, let's hear from. Nah, I wish I didn't hear from him already. And you just moved on.
Well, it still bugs me that of all of y'all, he was the first one. He like literally did it within 10 minutes. Everybody else was like spaced out through the day. So my goal was I was going to take all 6 of y'all's videos and I was going to post them like one every 2 hours. And then I was going to let Cottonfield share each individual artist.
And then Blaine did his this morning.
Yeah, pretty much. Blaine waited until I was ready to go to bed to make his. And I was like, I can't fucking do this like this now.
I did work all afternoon, and then about the time I got off, I had already forgotten about it.
Is that
Till
what
you
you
said
call
that
beating
text.
your meat?
Thank you.
Working?
No, that's easy.
Oh.
I sent it in
It's not
early
work if it's something
Yeah, you were
love.
right there.
to avoid being made fun of by Josh. 'Cause
And
that's
then
what he's
I-
going
and
to
then
do.
I still-
And
I
still
said it pretty
did
quick. I was in the morning at some
Yeah,
point.
oh yeah, but his was horrible.
Mine was bad. I was driving. I was like, I don't care.
Yeah, you just obviously you put no thought or effort into it. And
I
then
put a lot of thought. I had to do that 4 times to remember.
you had to do
the
that
name of the
4
town we were
times.
coming to.
So here's the thing: when y'all text me about it, I was like, got home, showered, and I was like, I can't do a video looking like this. So I had to kind of like half-ass get my upper body ready, just so I could make the video.
So he drank a beer.
Yeah. And then like we have roommates, and they were in the living room, and I was like, it's kind of awkward doing stuff like that when people's around because they're like, what the hell are you doing? You know?
Why are you jerking off in the living room?
Exactly. Why do you need so much lotion just to put out a video?
Me, it's funny you say that because me and Mark were literally just talking about this on the way to the liquor store. He was telling me how he's bad at social media, and I was like, duh.
Oh, I'm terrible.
Yeah. But like you got to eventually, like with any of you guys, like you got to get it out of your head that you're making an ass out of yourself or whatever.
And just know that you are.
Well, you are, but it's part of it.
Yeah.
It's part of you building your brand and everything.
You know who gets
When you-
famous? Assholes.
Yeah.
So
we gotta
it's,
be-
Everybody at this table should be golden then.
it's
is
not
the
even
thing.
so much about making an ass of myself is like I don't really like social media at all.
Yeah.
So like anytime I go on there and I see things of people posting, I'm like, I don't give a shit. So I'm like, why would they give a shit about what I'm doing?
I
Well,
just know that
it's part of
everybody
it,
that
though.
does social media like that is the kind of people that growing up I would have punched in the face for fun.
I don't disagree
So
with
it's
you
so
guys.
hard to be like, I want to be a person that I hate.
Well, it's not that you want to be successful. Yeah, like
true.
So
Like,
you
the
do
thing
love
is,
yourself?
Yeah.
If
I,
you-
I love myself every day.
Did you play video games growing up?
Yeah, oh yeah.
Did you
I
ever
was a virgin.
did you ever do cheat codes to beat the game? What did you say?
I said, oh yeah, I was a virgin.
Yeah. That does not surprise me at all. Did you ever use cheat codes to beat the games?
No.
Liar.
Yeah, I did.
Okay. Well, it's the same thing with your career in social media. It's a cheat code. Is if you figure it out, it gets you to where you want to be quicker.
Yeah, it's fair.
Like it sucks. I don't like doing it, but I've just like somebody told me a long time ago, if you'll get it out of your head that the stuff you're making, the people you grew up with or the people you care about are going to make fun of, and you do it for the people that you actually want to be your fans or followers, not friends, like it becomes a whole lot easier. You simplify it to where it doesn't.
Touche.
It does, you got to.
So my thing's not even about people making fun of me. I could care less about that. I don't know. It's just a weird thing. It's like every time I do a video or something of myself and look back or watch it, I'm like, that just does not feel like me.
God, my voice sucks. Man, I messed that up. I looked so dumb in that thing.
Yeah.
And then you're overthinking it and you do it 7
Yeah.
times.
Why did I wear that
and then
penis
7
hat?
of them later, you're like, I don't want to do this anymore. I want to throw my phone.
Yeah.
No, really, it is. Yeah.
But everybody knows that advertising, marketing yourself is part of the damn game.
Yeah.
Like, so it's a necessary evil. Like, you have to fucking
I'm just
do it.
hoping on
Yeah.
the like record deal out of nowhere that I didn't work for, and then they're gonna do all that for me.
Oh, dude, when they do,
Yeah, because you're right
send
on
them my
track
way.
for that.
I'm more on track to go to jail.
no
Hey,
shit.
when you find them, you say, "Hey, I know another son of a bitch just like me. Send them my way."
Yeah.
I'll do the
That's-
same for you.
There you go.
The mold for a successful artist right now in Nashville is you.
The most what?
The day that comes true. I said the mold for a successful Nashville artist right now is Mark. The day that
You wanna know
comes
how to be bad at
true,
your job? Hang out with that guy.
you just know like somebody at Sony sitting around and you're like, you know what we need?
Mark
a
Wahlberg.
guy that dresses like shit.
Guy dresses like his mom did it. He smells bad and he writes songs about jerking off.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
Well, if we could just find him, we'd have it fucking made.
I'm right here. Hi, Rusty.
You might need some molding. What is it, a diamond in a rough?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I look like I'm made out of clay,
Yeah.
so hopefully I could be molded a little bit because I'm fat.
You like clay melting most of the fucking time. But I know, like me and Jared, last time he came to Live Oak for our last month show or whatever, we was talking to him, and that's one reason why I want to get all y'all together, though, is what y'all are good at, I wish I was good at. What I'm good at, I can help y'all with the social media
What
stuff.
are you good at?
Your mom.
Fucking burned me.
Yeah, I didn't know where else to go with that. That's so I went to the your mom. But like all of y'all, and it's crazy how everybody that I love and care about that is an artist or a songwriter or whatever, like I really do believe when I say this, I feel like everybody's a breakaway. Like they're that one opportunity, that one person seeing your video, that one person, whatever. And what is crazy with most of you guys, you're not good at social media, but that's not a bad thing. It's just you don't
need to try.
Well, you need to try, but you need somebody that's like, hey, it's not stupid to do this. This is how you do it. Now, let's fucking do it and make something of it.
I've always been a really good trier, never really been a good doer, but
Or succeeder.
So what we need is some microphones, maybe some paying gigs, you know?
We ain't got no band,
We
Randy.
ain't got no band.
I think if that was probably filmed close to here, or at least it seems like some of the people I've met around this way.
Wow.
I love Sling Blade. It's one of my fucking
Oh
favorites.
yeah, no doubt. Dude, I don't know how it's not labeled as a comedy.
Wasn't Sling Blade filmed in Arkansas?
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
That probably
Billy
makes
Bob
sense too.
Thornton's from
I
Arkansas.
mean, either place, the family trees don't fork very hard, so it's pretty much the same.
And the guy's Sling Blade.
Look
about
at
from
you.
Arkansas.
I know you can't pick on the South at all,
No,
Captain
not at all.
fucking Oregon over there. You look like fucking if inbreeding was legal.
I think it is.
Yeah, maybe where you're from. They just don't keep
I'll have
track
to go
of it
home
down
and ask
here.
my uncle dad.
I know. I was trying to tell somebody last night, and it might have been you, but I was good drunk. That I look like I might fuck my third cousin if nobody find out, but you definitely would fuck your first one
I
and tell
look
the
like
world.
the third cousin.
yeah, it'd be like so similar. It'd be like, which one's Mark?
Jesus Christ. It's starting off great, boys.
Hell yeah.
Hey,
Yeah.
how'd you get home last night from the bar? You were hammered. I think I drove myself, or at least someone who looked like me did.
That's what we tell the
They're
police
pulling over
anyway.
everyone that stole a cop car that night.
Yeah, that's profiling.
I am so surprised that ain't none of us though that we've done anything that stupid. I'm scared of me, you, and Mark just getting shit canned together. Justin Dix is just gonna try to fucking fight refrigerators. Like, I'm not really worried about him anymore.
We'll lock him in the camper. Hey, when you're done fighting, you let us know. We'll let you back up.
Fuck you, Cookie. Fuck you, Lamp.
Yeah, you're cool. Fuck you.
Yeah.
You get really close. Like you want to be hurt. Like
Oh, the best
Really
part
close.
was when he was cussing everybody out. I walked up to him. I was like, "Man, why are you so angry?" He said, "Me? Angry?"
I'm not mad.
I would
I'm not
never.
mad. Fuck you. I'm not mad.
And he's like, "Why did I do something wrong?"
Well, then he kept looking at me as the voice of reason and going, "Hey, we need to go home." And I'm like, "Yeah, but I'm not going to just leave."
That was,
No.
that was my favorite part of the night. Is all of a sudden you could tell like there was nobody home behind his eyes.
nobody.
And he's like, "All right, put your jacket on. Let's get out of here." And everybody's like, "Nah, man, I think we're hanging." He's like, "No, let's go."
He definitely put his coat on 2 hours before we left.
Yeah.
And he would stand up about every 20 minutes, like, all right, let's go. And like,
Nobody
who
said
the
shit.
fuck are you talking to, Dukes? But in his defense, I've never seen him really drink like that before anyway. And we took just there towards the end of the night when it kind of cleared out like 5 shots of tequila each.
Yeah, that'll do it.
Like,
that'll do it.
at least. And there was no telling what we had drank before that.
Yeah. Nobody.
And by the way, thank you to Cottonfield last night. To Ty
Yes,
and Kevin and Miss Kelly and everybody last night taking
Best
care
steaks
of us.
around. Go get
Yeah.
you one.
Oh yeah,
That was I had
Great
such a
steaks.
fucking good time.
yeah, that was
Hell yeah.
awesome.
Had
I'm
a
in-
great time.
I'm excited for tonight, even though this will come out
I'm
tomorrow.
surprised they let me come back.
I am
They
too.
probably
When
won't
you
let me come
literally,
back.
I mean, I know he's
you
over your
looked at
shoulder
me.
right
I
now
don't,
going, "Man, I don't know."
I don't even know if
The
Kevin.
verdict's still out on these.
Verdict is out. I don't know if I'm making
Just
it
know if they don't book you for a full band show, it's your fault. They either heard you sing or heard
Josh,
you talk.
what the fuck, man? I thought you said these people would like me and have me back.
Or it
Well,
could-
I thought you were fucked like right off the bat yesterday. While I'm sitting there setting up stuff, me and Ty are, and you're sitting at the bar across the room. Miss Kelly, who's an angel, is sitting in between us, and you just turn around and say, "Fuck you!" Why there's still people in the restaurant? I'm like, "Oh, you're never getting invited
I
back."
can't remember. You said something and we were getting shot, so I was trying to be like, shut the fuck up. Do you want a shot? And then you're like, there's a girl right there. I'm like, I don't fucking care. Do you want a shot?
Yeah. So just know when they tell me who they would like to come back to the next one, if you're not on it, it had nothing to do with me.
I get the hint.
I'm sure it wouldn't be the first time. You've probably not been invited back before.
A lot of times.
It's happened to me. Justin Dukes is the one that's the problem, though.
Huh?
You were the problem. Like, we actually behaved pretty good last night, besides for you.
I was actually in good behavior.
No, you wasn't.
I was having a good time.
You were like a goddamn little gnat by the end of the night, boy.
I was still in good behavior. I wasn't acting
You
up. I
ever,
wasn't trying to
you
fight
ever seen
nobody.
like flies or anything outside and there's like a bug zapper? Like a bug zapper last night was any girl that was in that bar and you were the
I was
fly.
just talking. I'm talking to everybody. I took the guys, girls. It didn't matter.
I didn't.
I was
Yeah,
talking to everybody.
All right, I didn't know you swung both ways. That's all right.
We spelled Jason Michael Carroll's name wrong. Shit. Okay, good. We released that flyer today for it, for the event, for the Backroad Bash. And the girl who does the websites and stuff, she's very trusting of me. So if I don't send
That's a
her,
mistake.
yeah, I know shit. So if I don't send her like everybody's Instagram when she's making the flyers and the artwork and stuff for me, she just goes off what I send her, which is what a normal person would do. I misspell everybody's name
Yeah, you're
all
like
the
dyslexic
fucking
or
time.
something, right?
Yeah, and stupid. Like, I could at least look at the shit
Stupid.
first.
I still don't know what being able to use both your hands has to do with being able to write.
What?
Ambidextrous.
I didn't know how to like tell you were stupid in that comment. I was just like, I want to see where this goes.
No, I was just waiting. I was waiting for somebody else to get it too. He did this earlier when he didn't get in the hot tub with us. By the way, that's the least gay thing that I've done in a long time. Is all of us in the hot tub together earlier. That was great.
Yeah, I just stood outside and
That was
watched.
cool.
I figured we were all gonna get naked like wild hogs, but nobody wanted to do any male bonding.
You
Bumping
did.
hogs.
If you were ever going to have an animal describe your body type, a
Wild
wild hog.
We're big, baby.
You fucking.
I'm just a little
Also
warthog.
describes my taste in women prior to the one I'm with now.
Yeah, I'm glad you threw that in there.
Save that.
Because I met yours at New Year's and she is cool as shit.
Yeah.
But I was scared as shit of her because I thought she's gonna beat the fuck out of me.
Well, that's because you walked up
She's
to
the
me.
only person I've ever walked up to and like, is it okay if I give your boyfriend mushrooms? Like, I wanted to make sure it was okay with her first.
The first thing he fucking said to me when we got there is he goes, "Hey man, where's your girl?" And I was like, "Oh, she went to the car to change her socks." And he goes, "Well, when you feel like changing your socks later, I have some socks in the car that we can both have and enjoy socks."
That is the weirdest.
And I was
thing.
like, "You
I
mean
was
drugs?"
scared. I was scared that she'd be like, I don't want him hanging out with Josh. He likes mushrooms. And then I was like, this is Mark Orick's girlfriend. She has to know he's a piece of shit.
She's watched me do mushrooms a lot.
Yeah, that was a great time.
Yeah.
I'm glad. I wish all y'all. I want to start doing shit with like the people, and I love everybody does this show, but there's certain ones of y'all that I just love being around that I've been around for a long time. That like David played or was on the first couple shows that we ever did as far as podcasts. Justin Dukes was on my first Nashville show. You were on one of them, Blaine. Like everybody. Skinny started coming around 2 years ago. Like
The
before
best thing that came out of meeting Lee Tucker was me and you, I think.
Oh, absolutely. Lee, but that I only know all of y'all because of Lee.
Yeah.
So even though I give him
I was
more
through
shit than
Tyler.
anybody. What?
I was through Tyler Branch.
Oh, that's right.
Yep.
Because the first night that me and you ever hung out, I had never heard that Gene Watson song that I asked him to play all the fucking time, the Change Her Mind. And we're sitting in the kitchen and the sun's coming up, and I think Sarah had done passed out like on the couch, or she might have been. I know Tyler had gone away, like he had went to go lay down, and it was just me and you in the kitchen. I think.
Sarah had just gotten in from work because she worked that night, so she got in super late, and we were still going.
And he started playing songs, and all of a sudden he played that shit. I was like, man, this is gonna be my guy. It was great. All of you, I almost have a story like that with all of y'all.
Yeah,
Like you and everybody told me not to hang out with you or Ryan Nelson. They 100% said if y'all get together, it's gonna be bad.
And it
Me and
was.
Blaine's about the same damn way. Justin Dukes is just gonna try to fight shit if he gets a buzz.
And not people,
You're the
things,
you're the-
objects.
Yeah, it's never a person.
No.
He loved everybody. He told him to fuck off, but he wanted to fight all the inanimate.
He either
Well, I was trying to fight for Skinny last night.
You brought it up, brother.
Yeah.
It's
Y'all
true.
got-
He didn't remember calling that girl the C word.
Yeah, he didn't
No,
remember that.
no.
it's okay. He called her country.
Damn, girl, you country.
Country girl.
He just tried to call her my last name, but he had to realize we weren't married.
Yeah, I don't have a great one with me and Jared ever like hanging out and meeting because I think we haven't been around each other that much.
Well,
what do you mean?
we did a podcast,
podcast
one time. Dukes brought me in. That was the first time I met you.
That's right. That is how I
Found
met
a time
you.
or two up there, too.
Yeah,
Right.
I forgot
Well,
He
about
did that
that.
Josh-
Superman song, and I thought you
Not
were all about to
Josh's
cry.
round.
The one about his granddaddy?
Okay, I shit you
that?
not. I've completely forgot about this till now.
Yeah.
I remember the song, and
The
I didn't
Superman
remember who
song.
it was.
Superman, yeah.
You rode that with Eli. didn't you?
Eli and Baker.
Man,
Eli plays
see,
it all the time.
as like I was telling him last time I got around him, he's one of the like anything I've ever heard attached to his name as a song that he helped write or wrote by himself. It's like it's gonna be fucking good.
That means more than
I don't think
say.
I've ever heard a bad song.
I haven't.
Thank you.
Even when like Dustin's bitch
Unless I
ass
was a part
has shared shit with me that you've wrote. It's like, damn, I just don't really know you. I mean, we've been around each other a few times, but like you're one of my legit favorite songwriters, and hadn't been around you fucking 10 times in my life.
Means more than I can say. Seriously, that's all I'm a pretty serious guy from that aspect of writing songs, and I do think that anyone that wants to really get to know me, you probably get to know me better listening to my songs than you would having a conversation with me.
They're
'Cause
all
I-
true with you.
I
Like, I
think-
mean, everything has, like, it comes from your soul and something
Yeah.
real.
There's
Well,
something there.
It's like I think me and you had this, who I was having a conversation with. I was so drunk at that last show that we did in Nashville, but I'm pretty sure it was you. It's like, I love all you guys for a special reason, whether I've ever told you or not. And it's, you don't try to go along. You try to make your own path. I like people that write and do shit their way to where not only they're individual.
Individual?
Yeah, shut up, national anthem.
Is math involved in this?
It is. God, I hate fucking both of you too. But it's where like
I didn't
y'all
know I had to take a
to
test.
me, I'm gonna fucking punch both of you. To me, you guys are more focused on having a song that people are gonna remember in 10 years than something that just right now that might get radio play for a couple months and fucking disappear. I can't tell you, and I don't think most of the folks can. The past 10 years, if it wasn't a number one and it was on country radio, you don't really remember it. Like, it eventually fades. There's too many songs and shit out there that last forever to have something that's just temporary stick around in your memory. And I think most of my buddies are the ones that are like, hey, you could listen to this shit in 10 years, and it's just as fucking good.
Yeah, who would ever thought Dick Down was going to be one of those songs?
Yeah.
That's going to be the next
It is,
Friends
though.
in Low Places. We're going to be singing that shit forever.
Oh, yeah.
It's fucking amazing. Watching crowds everywhere sing that song.
It's funny when you hear people ask for it, too. It's just like, it doesn't matter. They had Trey Lewis come play here, and I got to hear Trey, I don't know, it's probably 4 or 5 years ago at the listening room with, I think Trey Landon took me.
Yep.
And he had played one of his songs about getting sober. I think it was the Believe song. I think that's what it was. And I was just sitting there, and I was like, I was took back by it because I was like, damn, this is really good. I love the story behind it, everything. I was like, how come this guy hasn't got acknowledgement? And then don't hear anything about him or whatever, but I wasn't going up to Nashville
Dixon
regularly. And then Lee Tucker sends me wherever he at, and he was recorded, Dick down in Dallas. And I was like, this is going to blow the fuck up. And somehow I got to book him for Macon a week after it came out, like on iTunes and shit.
Yeah.
And that crowd, I remember him kind of getting emotional. Like, I remember.
He did a lot in the beginning. He's just
Yeah.
like, man, I couldn't get people to listen to anything I did.
And it took
ever.
one.
It took that song.
Yeah, but I think that's what it takes. Though I think you got to have either an all-time great song to get people's attention, or you got to have a gimmicky song that's just fun and everybody's gonna love it when it comes on. Because we all know, Matt McKinney wrote that with who?
Brent,
Brent and
Alex
Drew-
Maxwell was on
Drew,
it too.
no,
Drew Trosclair, I think. Or
Alex just produced.
Produced it, tracked it.
Yeah.
But we know those guys. Those guys they're not dick down in Dallas. You know, like it's a
No,
song.
that song was a joke. Like they were playing around a fucking bonfire. Like never thought it was gonna be
Yeah, it
anything
was-
at all.
Matt McKinney was the brains around it though.
What's crazy though is that's probably with all of y'all, as creative as y'all are, and everything else is like, it's probably going to be fucked up that it's something like that that's going to get people's attention. But you've got staying power because of everything else you've done. Once you get their attention,
It's
Just
probably
takes
going
the
to be
right
like
amount of
the
drugs.
30 videos I have saved of Justin Dukes being drunk that I put out. That's going to make it for him.
Justin Dukes will gain probably 2,000-3,000 followers in 30 minutes on
Just
fucking
from that
TikTok.
picture you
if
had
I
on your
if I could
Facebook.
post the videos of him last night, but he's like, no, don't do it. He thinks I'm just
Especially
being
the ones I
funny,
got.
embarrassing him. But I'm like, no, this guy's fun.
Yeah.
Boy, I'm telling you, that one that I sent you this morning where Blaine's,
start an
I don't even know what you were talking about, but you were talking about like a soft 37 or something.
A soft 37.
It's in the fucking video.
Yeah, there was like somebody said like 37 fucking 5 or something. And I
Yeah.
was like, what the hell does that mean? And then all of a sudden he was just like 39.
39.
And it was like, what the
But
fuck
you
are
were
we talking
so
about?
dead ass fucking serious when you said it. It was just like, this is the Justin Dukes I want the world to see.
I wish everybody could see that camper show.
But
Yeah.
Dude, I'll tell you this.
That was the show.
That phone call that we're talking about with him and Skinny,
yeah.
it got so awkward, me and Mark even had to walk out. That's saying something.
Yeah.
First off, he was like, I'm a caller. And we're all like, no, you
Oh, yeah. I was like,
probably shouldn't do that.
On
And then
my phone.
he's like, no, I'm going to do it. And it was like, nah. And then finally I was like, nah, you should do it. You should do it.
Watch the
I'm that
world
guy.
burn.
I'm standing there and I'm like, hey, I'm just looking out for y'all. Love y'all. This is not a good idea. You should not do this. And Mark, without stopping, just says, you know what? He's a good friend. He's right, but y'all should do this.
That's what it's like. We just. But if it had got too bad, y'all have took the phone.
we took it.
No, we walked out. How are we,
We
gonna
woke
take the
up
phone?
and built bridges. this
Oh,
morning.
never mind.
I would have laughed.
We woke up, me and the fence built bridges this morning.
I couldn't. My shit would have been burnt to the ground. If I'd have done that shit, it'd have been horrible.
Actually, Dukes built the bridges. I still told her to go fuck herself today. So.
Jesus.
Sometimes you got to tell a bitch to go fuck herself.
It ain't like it ain't been told to us.
Exactly.
Regularly.
Exactly.
But I don't know. The
look,
point I was
beer.
trying to make with the dick down thing a while ago is the same way Trey, he got acknowledgement for one thing, but he had a catalog of good shit to keep people to stay around and interested.
Yeah.
I think that's the same thing with all of y'all. That's why I want to help everybody. Like the more that this grows for me, and where I've got more time to do other shit, I literally want to help my friends with their social media and stuff like that. And eventually, I'm gonna charge like people I don't like to do the same thing. But with my buddies, it's like, let's do some shit, get you acknowledged. Because all honesty, it makes me look better if y'all are successful and I'm around y'all all the time.
If he's not just bringing a bunch of low life degenerates, everything
Yeah.
he goes to, like, man, I got these really cool
Yeah.
artist friends. You've never heard of them.
Yeah. And then
Here's
when,
why.
And then when they go look, and then when they go look at your social media, they're like, I'm still not gonna know him. I'm not- This guy's got a masturbator song.
They've got songs that are available nowhere.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're really
This
good.
guy's
though.
got almost
You hear 'em.
2,000 followers. You mean you don't know any of them?
Yeah. Most of y'all have negative reviews on like fucking Spotify.
I have a lot of negative reviews.
SoundCloud. What are you talking about?
Do you really have a lot of negative reviews?
I'm sure I do.
You've never read them?
No,
Yeah, you don't need to start.
I don't want to start
They're
reading.
Yeah.
all me complaining because you never answer me back when I text you.
That's probably it.
Yeah. It's not about the song.
This is Blaine again.
It's complaining again.
You're a piece of shit. You didn't hit me back.
I got bad reviews. Turn Yelp into help.
What the fuck did he say?
I said I got so many bad reviews. I turned Yelp into help.
Jesus. But I want to keep doing stuff like this. I want us to all really, my idea is I want to buck the system when it comes to like putting a song out. I know this is gonna sound crazy as fuck, but like I just think that there's a lot of people that have their own teams and they push the fuck out of each other. They help each other, have a common goal for it to where, hey, you might not even fucking need a publishing deal. You might not need a record deal. I like the thought of an independent artist anyway, like doing shit their way
And you make all the money on
and
your
being authentic and everything. And it's like, damn, we got enough folks with all of us that have. I think I'm the oldest of everybody, but
own. Yeah, you're pretty fucking old.
shut up, bitch. Bitch, you look way older than me. You might be younger. You might be younger, but you look way older.
Hey, can I go on record and say he makes fun of your looks a lot, but y'all look like y'all could be brothers?
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, I know we did. That's why. It's like looking in a mirror.
I'm
It just
If
pisses
If the
you off.
fucking mirror was cracked a lot,
Just like me and Blaine look like we're brothers.
you look like me.
Yeah,
about
well, yeah, we
7
definitely
years of
do,
bad
yeah.
luck. But
The first time I saw you, I was like, damn, that's me.
It looked like Josh pre and
Oh
post
shit,
rehab.
maybe I can see. Yeah,
We're pretty similar.
We're pretty similar.
but I kind of want to do this thing.
You good looking
And
son
like
of a bitch.
nobody,
Eyeglass.
I don't think that there probably is somebody that's out there done it, and I just don't know them, and it might not be like a new idea, but I think that all of us together and some other people, we could build a team to where like when Mark's got a song coming out next month, the 29th, so like everybody focus for a couple weeks on sharing his stuff, pushing that song, and then it's like, hey, when Dukes has got one coming out, do the same damn thing. Because all social media is, you can break it to where it's where, hey,
It counts as shares if you're sharing them to your friends.
yeah, it doesn't
They
matter.
share
It doesn't
too.
matter. You can make something trendy and you can get something from it if you just have like a serious fucking group of people that are all pushing it together. Like it'll break the fucking algorithm. And there's a lot of fucking people out there that are just, and every one of y'all know them, that are just not that talented, but they already have a following. So like if you add all our shit together, we got a following. We got to where when somebody instantly drops something, we can make it to where it makes a difference.
Good point.
Yeah. So like that's where I'm sitting at right now because I want to like with
Let me know
raising.
when you get all this worked out and you're
Yeah.
ready to do it, and I'll be.
Well,
I'll-
you're probably
I'll
gonna
let you
be
share my shit.
you're probably gonna be my test dummy next month.
So it's a numbers
I don't want to do
game.
any of the work, but let me know when you get
Obviously, that's no one thought that you did, bud. We were gonna make your part easy. You just show up and sing.
What's the Theo Von joke where he's like, the guy at lunch at work and you go past him and he's like, hey, buddy, can you? Never mind, I'll see you after lunch,
Yeah,
dude.
you ain't doing shit. I think you're just missing because now, to me, and y'all have a better insight than most of the stuff. I don't think you need a deal. I think that if you have a social media presence and you have a group of people,
If you have a plugger or you have a plugger or like somebody that can fucking get your music like out there and get you playing shows,
Yeah.
that's really all you need to pay. And like once you have that done, you'll get the cuts. You're out there doing the work, trying to do the rights anyway. You got to meet the artists and get that shit going.
So I just got to buy a plug.
The butt plug, yeah. You gotta get.
you probably already got that
no,
one.
you got to hire a plugger, so you got to buy the butt plug, and then somebody like Josh has got to be the one plugging it.
Okay.
You really reached for that one.
This sounds too
Sa-
hands-on.
It sounds like the music industry, but no, I really.
Who's getting fucked?
No,
today?
it does, but okay. So like, if you would have took, let's just use this one for example. If you would have took Dick down in Dallas
Yeah.
to any single publishing company or to whoever, what would they have done?
Told you to fuck off.
They'd have laughed in your fucking
They would
face,
laugh in
right?
your face, told you to fuck off.
Yeah. How many of those songs do we know that are out there right now, even some that y'all wrote, that they're going to be, oh, this isn't good. People aren't going to get it. But the one thing I think that they miss a lot is we're still the fucking audience. Like,
Yeah.
we know what's good.
It's
I think
delivery
that's
too.
the problem, though, is a lot of
of it's
people-
just delivery and being able to do it live and like how it reacts to people when they see or like they see you play
Yeah.
it versus like if you put it out, it's obviously going to get a different reaction. Just
Yeah.
people cold listening.
Because we
they
see the
popped
actual
up.
live engagement in
Yeah.
person.
Well, I think that they're still focused on the old school set, or old school mindset to where it's got to get on radio to be fucking successful.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, and
Has Cody Whitslow ever had a fucking song on radio? How long did it take fucking
Yeah, he did
Cody
with Ella.
Johnson
Fucking
to get on-
multiple years.
Yeah.
Yeah, him and Ella had one on country radio for a while.
Well, yeah, that
Oh,
one.
yeah,
but
they did.
that's not what blew him up.
No.
No,
Everything
but-
that blew him up. So if you treat yourself like you're going to be an independent artist, see, this is where like my train of thought, because I'm not in y'all's field, I'm on the other side of it. Instead of treating it like, hey, I want a record deal, and you look at it like, I want to build my social media platform, and I want to build it to where I'm my own marketing company. That when I release something, I can release exactly what I want to, how I want to. I don't have to go through a single fucking person.
Yeah.
And you do it your damn way to where you cut out everybody else. You cut out these people that are going to have their hand in your damn pocket, regardless. They're going to wait until you have something that they think is different, but all your other shit's probably different. Like, it's not like anything else, so why not approach it as I want to be an independent artist instead of saying, hey, I want a record deal.
That's like that's almost exactly what Cody did with
Yeah.
what he was doing. He was killing it, playing shows, like and being able to play the rodeos and anything big he wanted to. But it was like that was the only reason he did that deal was because it was like the last little bit. It was like they were gonna give him that push to radio and get him like doing arena things and out there and just everything was gonna be big.
At some point,
at that
when
last
you
one.
get to that level, 90% of your artists have to rely on natural resources. So a lot of them, that's why they eventually come there at like Cody Johnson, and even Jinx and some of those guys, Whiskey Myers, they all
Yeah.
use resources out of Nashville because once
They
you
don't
get to a
have time
certain
to write their
point,
songs.
once you get to a certain point, you're at such a high demand that you're going to be needing different management. You're going to be
Yeah.
needing different, booking
I-
agencies. You're going to be needing all the resources that Nashville has to offer. And I just kind of always look at record label. The best way to describe it, it's a bank.
Yeah.
If you don't have the money to promote yourself, you can go to a label like Alone and get a
It's all it
group of
is.
money. It's all it is. It's a bank. You get that money, put yourself, or you could be like these guys, like Cody Johnson and Jinx, that built themselves for 10 years and then came with the status to go right in and use the resources that the
Sign
labels
when you
have.
need to.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's
Sign when you
exactly.
need to.
Instead of setting out to like, hey, right now I want a record deal.
Yeah.
Right now I want a publishing deal.
Build it
If
up
you-
so it's better
If you,
when you
yeah,
get
if
there.
you go ahead and do it the way that most of the guys that he just said did, then they're going to come and knocking eventually. But you'll be all right regardless if they do or not.
That's like the that's all a publishing deal and any of that shit is anyways. Like you said, it's
Yeah,
a
it's
loan.
like turn down your first four offers.
You think you're getting just, oh man, I'm finally there. I'm gonna get a publishing deal, and they're gonna offer you 20 to 30 grand a year. You could probably take a bigger draw if you wanted to, but that's all money that you fucking owe them, and so that's recoupable. Like once you get a cut or something, if they put that in, every bit of money goes back to paying that shit off until you're done, and then you get like pennies on the dollar afterwards if you keep making.
Yeah.
Otherwise, everybody will just be at a company
your
for 3
eighth or
years. They don't
10th or
get
whatever.
shit, and their deal's up, so they go sign with another company, and now that company owns the rights to the new songs they keep writing, but
Yeah.
they never really pay off the old company unless one of those songs works.
Yeah. That's why I think this it like, and once again, it's an outsider, so probably half the shit I'm going to say is wrong or already fucking happening. I think that you can break the system. I think that you can remake it.
It's already being broken.
Yeah.
That's a great part. It's already kind of getting
I
blown.
think
Yeah.
there's opportunities for an artist, for the songwriters, for guys like me that are strictly writers.
Yeah.
I'm at 57 cuts, independent cuts. And I'll just tell you that, I mean, off 1 million streams last year, I made $100.
Yeah.
You can't,
great.
you can't live off of this.
Well, here-
There's not a,
shows once you get the cuts and charge more money out on the
and
road
that
to do
does, but
something.
there's still not opportunities for guys like me that are still songwriters
Yeah.
to go out and play for 3,000 people and get paid for that.
Yeah.
You
See-
know, so it's just not fathomable for the songwriter. The labels and the management companies are still making their money, but the writers are getting paid a little over a tenth of a penny for every stream. You know, and it's not fathomable. The only way as a writer that you're knocking down money, and it's not even much compared to what it used to be, is top 5 on radio. When you break top 5,
Yeah.
there's money there. But you got
Or sync opportunities. I mean,
It's-
get
there's
a
still
movie
money in
or
sync,
something
yeah.
like that,
Yeah.
but-
But it's just not. I've pretty well given up the idea that I'm ever gonna strictly make it on songwriting alone.
Yeah.
I figure I'm always gonna have some kind of job somewhere, because I mean, from a standpoint of where I wanted to be as a songwriter, getting cuts and having an artist that I believe in cut them, I'm there. I'm where I wanted to be. The numbers are good,
Yeah.
but I'm
What
not
you
seeing a
just said
return
there's
on
a
that.
whole nother thing too. You could write a fucking great song that you're like, this is going to be a huge #1 for this person or whatever, and then somebody else picks it up because it just went into la Songland, and then that publisher sent it to somebody that you didn't want to cut it.
Well, see, here's my idea with that, though. I think that especially with like some younger guys that don't have anything, maybe they're not even in Nashville yet. Dickhead right here is not technically in Nashville.
No,
But
I'm sorry.
like
We're in Alabama.
Skinny, he's obviously there, so it doesn't really apply to him. But let's say you take like somebody like, I'm just going to say Cole Goodwin. Cole Goodwin gets a lot of good numbers on his videos. If you were to write something that you know is just fucking it, like it's just it's a great song. I know there's already like percentages and stuff you give, how many people wrote the song and all this kind of shit or whatever. If you approach somebody like Cole Goodwin and you're like, hey, I'm going to give you writer's credit on this song or whatever if you release this on social media. But by releasing it on social media, like on TikTok, if you're part of like the beta program or whatever it is or anything, you get paid for your views and all that kind of shit, right? So, and Instagram, I get paid.
Yeah.
That's why I be making shit that's more than a minute long. If you make something that's more than a minute long and you're part of the beta program, you get paid good. So, like with a song, most songs are obviously going to be more than a fucking minute long.
Yeah.
So you go into a conversation with Cole, or just like I said, using him as an example, and you say, hey, I know that you didn't have nothing to do with writing this or whatever, but if you like it and we make a video, you'll make a video and you'll put it out. You'll get this percentage of it. 25% or whatever. You make the video, and then we'll split the earnings from the video to where you're still getting paid and you get to pick the artist you want to work with. So, like, it's going to get Coldest really, like, anytime he does anything that's worth a shit, it gets at least a couple 100,000 views. Now, if you coincide that with that song actually being released on iTunes the same week or a day or two away, you're going to get paid from your YouTube videos and your TikTok videos, not necessarily iTunes. But if they've only heard a minute of the song, they're definitely going to go fucking download it and stream it. So if you pick and choose who you work with, you got to give them something. But the same thing that you're probably paying a publishing company or whoever for, you're paying it artist to artist. To where you're going to get a lot of attention from this. And then, long as Cole or whoever, David too, as long as they put, hey, this was wrote by in the comment section, people are going to go follow you and all that kind of shit. And then you're going to get other songwriters or other singers that's like reaching out to you then. If you build it in a way that everybody shares the stuff together, everybody's promoting it together, everybody's doing the shit to make it trend, then it's a way for everybody to capitalize off of. I think people are missing out on that opportunity. I think if you if you're doing it artist to artist and you're saying, hey, fuck everybody else. Let's be the ones that make the money. Let's be the one.
On the artist too, though. Like I've had artists where like when that masturbator shit blew up on TikTok, or at the time it was like, I learned that from another chick that was really big on TikTok, and she was trying to do the same thing. She's like, why don't every time you comment on somebody's video, like it helps, and like reply to all your comments, so she would share and do anything that I did. But I was doing 1-2 videos, maybe 3 a week, and she's doing 17 a day. Yeah. And I'm not gonna fucking reshare 17 videos a day. I'm gonna be on my phone for 2 hours just doing that. Yeah. And so that was where like things like that got hard into it. And now TikTok's got all that other extra shit they're going on, like where with like Universal and all this stuff, so they're like pulling all the music off there and not letting them do that. That's going to be such a pain in the ass for other people. Like if you write it with somebody who's at Universal or that artist is there, like you can't get it on.
Yeah, but what's the flip side of that though? The flip side of that is
TikTok's probably going to make a record label.
No, the flip side of that is if they're pulling all this music, people still need music.
True.
If you're putting it out, like that's the thing, like that, I think that's a good deal. Like for people like y'all that are independent artists, to where people are going to be looking for stuff to keep doing the same TikToks and the same trendy shit as before. They've cut out a whole big piece of it with the Universal shit or whatever it is now. There's still going to be people on there that's like, oh, hey, I need this for my content because I'm a brand ambassador and I have to make 17 videos a day. Yeah. So, like, if you go about it in a different way than I think most people think, I'm probably fucking myself by saying this all on here. But I think
everybody your ideas.
Yeah. Oh, there's a lot more. There's a lot more. But I think, like, let's just to simplify it. If we had a group chat of 20 fucking people, just 20, it could be more, it could be less. But you dropping this song March the 19th or 29th. If it was where in that group chat we said, hey, and it can't be like the rest of our group chats where it's a bunch of bullshit. Like it's literally the work group chat to where, hey, Mark has this song coming out tomorrow. Everybody in here, like, share, repost, comment. Everybody. Same time, right when the video comes out. If you do that right when the videos come out, it'll blow up. If you got 20 people.
Be a hell of a start.
Okay. But you'd have to do it to where when Justin Dukes had a song coming out 2 weeks later, you had to do the same thing. It's almost like the fucking honor system. Yeah. Like if they're gonna do it for you, you better do it for them. Mm-hmm. But I'm telling you, you could break the fucking system. You could break it and make it exactly what you want to. And you get a couple of, just like Alyssa Hale's coming here in a few minutes. She's got a huge social media following. She likes everybody that we go around. She loved you at New Year's and everything. It's like, hey, she is part of it to where we do the same thing for her. And we're like, will you please, when you know this song comes out, make a video, whatever. And more than likely, if you're going to do it for her, she's going to do it for you.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like you get good people, not just anybody. Folks that actually are more about, let's build something together. Because to me, if I get super successful and my buddies aren't, it's not that fucking fun to me.
Yeah, then you're just paying for everything.
Yeah, I really don't want to pay for none of your shit.
Yeah, back when I used to hit Instagram hot and heavy about, 7 years ago. I mean, I went from like 2,000 followers to where I'm at now, 14. But we had this thing like a boost group, and like every time somebody would post, they would like send an emoji in this group, and then everybody would go to their page, like it, you know, write a comment, do all that kind of things, and it really helped.
No hits used to kind of be like that. Now it's just a lot of people talking shit.
Yeah. But also, too, you got to find, like, I'm all about being super realistic about this part. I've made jokes about people that I don't think that can sing and just need to stop and that kind of shit before them. I can say that shit because I can't sing and I can't do nothing like that. Yeah, no shit. But, like, if you have a group of people that actually care about each other and it's like, hey, even if you're not in on this right, this song fits you perfect. Like, this is you. This will be way more successful for you than it was for me. You, like, talk to them about it, and mainly probably for the first little while of doing this, you'd want to pick people that had bigger social media followings, so it helps all the way around. But you push those songs, even if you think it would be great if you sung it. You know, the sad thing is every one of y'all have wrote a fucking great song that hasn't got acknowledgement. Savannah's one of my fucking best songs. If there was ever a song, our favorite songs, if I ever thought somebody was going to blow up off a fucking song, it would have been Savannah.
I wasn't a writer on that.
It doesn't matter. You sung it.
No, but I'm saying that's like what you said. They wrote
Yeah.
that song, and I begged them until they got tired of me asking.
Yeah, so I think if you put it not in the right hands, because you sing that song better than I fucking think anybody could sing that song, but you get that song some acknowledgement by somebody else, it's got to come back around.
So I'll say this: the only part about that, I see what you're saying, and I completely get it. The only problem that comes in a problem is being an individual artist like me.
Yeah.
I fund my campaigns. I fund my everything. Like, it's usually like 100% me. Occasionally, I'll get someone to help throw a few $100s here or there, but it's usually me. And for song, not even counting advertisements and stuff, just for me to go from, getting a song recorded and getting it out, you're looking at easy $1,500 to $2,000, and that's not counting
Content, the photo shoot, everything else, the fucking cover photo.
Yeah, trying to get it on certain playlists and getting people to help you spread it out. Like, it gets expensive. Savannah, I bet I put close to over $4,000 in Savannah alone. And it's, for me, what I do, like my livelihood, that's a lot of money. It ain't a lot of money to some people, or somebody like me that hasn't had anything come, that way.
And that's all you made in the last 2 months.
Yeah, no, really. Like, it gets to a point where you want to cut your friends' songs and you want to do stuff, and you especially if you love the song, but there's also that thing where it's like, I can't afford to cut everyone's song that I like.
No. I'm not talking about you paying for them to cut it.
And I'm just talking about, like, as an artist's mind.
Yeah.
So, like, you really want to cut stuff that you were a part of a writer on, because, for one, if you were a part of a writer on it, it meant something to you, like you had some say into it. But it's like, it gets expensive, and that's like, you're trying to plan, like, for me at least, it's just me, maybe it's just my broke ass, but you plan like the year ahead. It's like, all right, this year I'm putting out these 3 songs, and next year, what am I going to be able to afford? What can I do? Like, it's like you got more songs than you can think that you can afford to put out, and that's where it gets tough. It's like, I want to put all their stuff out, but you got to pick and choose.
And that's when the labels get enticing, because that's kind of where they step in and help you, go from, like putting 3 singles out in a year than putting 3 singles out within 3 months, and so that's where it gets.
But it'll never be enticing to me, because I've been doing this, for a long time. I've been doing this most of my life, playing music and writing stuff, and it's like, I don't want no one to own me. I don't want no one to own my stuff or my buddy's stuff.
Yeah.
And it's like, if it happens, it happens. If my purpose is to give someone else a catapult,
Right.
to some younger guy coming up and be like, hey, man, there's ways to do this, or you should be looking at it this angle, or listen to these guys, and try to, like, put that in your music, then if that's what it's about, that's what it's about. It's not always about me,
Well, look at it like this. If you already know that you're only going to put out so many songs throughout a year, let's just say 5. We'll do 10. 10 probably makes more sense. Say,
a shit ton.
yeah. Well, I'm just thinking of it from a bigger scale. If you had 10 songs that you think you could put out through the year, and you took 2 of those songs, and instead of you recording them, you let someone on social media push the stuff for you, those songs, and the money that they make from their social media funds you recording the other 8 songs throughout the year. Wouldn't that be beneficial, though?
I don't think I'm catching what you're saying.
Okay. When you have the stuff like on YouTube or TikTok or whatever, it gets paid per view.
Okay.
Okay. You take one of those songs out of the 10 and you let somebody that's going to blow that video up to get a couple million views on it or whatever, and they make $4,000 or $5,000 off of that. If you let them do that, and the reason why they're getting those views is because of your song, and then they have to give you part of the money that was made off of that, that would fund the rest of your songs for the year.
Yeah, I don't know how all that works as far as like percentage wise, but I just feel like
Well,
it'd be a help, but I don't think it'd be enough to really like.
You'd be surprised. That's what I'm saying,
Think
like
so?
artist to artist agreement to
Yeah.
where like, I mean, it's like I said, once again, trust system or whatever. Like if you and Mark do something together. Mark puts something out, it gets 10 million views, and he makes $8,000 off of it. It shows what you make every month, all the shit or whatever. Mark's like, hey, you let me cut your song to where I had good content, grew my following, and everything else. He gets to keep 25% of it. You get to keep 75% of it.
Gotcha.
I mean, it's
It's
been
basically just like taking points off of the master.
yeah,
Like how bigger writers will do it.
yeah. See, I think if you do that and you pick the artists that you work with, you pick and choose, and even if they never even cut that song, it
Yeah.
gets you acknowledgement. It gets them content. Like you can make some people that have like these big ass followings or whatever look way better because they can't write. Some of them can't. If you reach out to them and you're like, hey, this is what I want to do, or you let like all of us together reach out to them and be like, hey, look, no disrespect, but I've got a song that's better than what you've wrote. Like this right here is a killer. It'll blow up for you. I want to eventually to record it, but if you want to make yourself sound really good, put this out on social media. And a lot of people, that's the thing, a lot of them are looking for content like that, to say that they're a part of what you did that's different, that's a game changer, that's better. They'll do it. And if you do it that way, they're literally going to be funding the rest of your songs throughout the year.
I
That's
got
the hard part with that is because if I'm gathering what you're saying right, the people that you're talking about that would be beneficial to do that with
Yeah.
would be people that would be higher up than we are, obviously, with a good social media following. But once they get to anything like where they're the kind of people that like sign the record deals and shit, they have no say.
Well,
in any
you
of that,
still
so we're
you
not
still
giving no
want
songs to those
eventually.
people 'cause they're
What
gonna
I
be like,
what
yeah,
I'm talking
sure.
about is you still eventually want that record deal at the end.
Yeah.
Like you, because there are stuff that they can do for you that nobody else can. But if you go about it a different way than I think a lot of people have, you're setting yourself up for success until that happens instead of hoping now that the record deal happens tomorrow. Like you're making yourself more valuable to those record companies. Like you're building all your shit up to where it's way better. In my opinion, it might not be, but I think if you go about doing it that way, you can make a way bigger splash earlier than later on.
And you have more negotiating leverage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then you have something to bring to the table.
Yeah, didn't Cody Johnson? I mean, he waited until he got the fucking deal he wanted.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
So they gave him exactly what he
basically
wanted.
wrote his
Yeah,
own deal.
he only wanted to sign with one label.
Yeah.
And he went to that label and bombarded them until they signed him.
Yeah.
That's how they went.
See, that's what I want for you guys. I want you guys to be able to set your own market. And I think you can. I think if you do it in a way to where you are already a brand, doesn't matter how talented or whatever, if you're already a brand when you come to them, it's over with. Like that, you'll be able to get whatever the fuck you want. Yeah. I mean, all y'all been to Nashville way longer than what the fuck I get to. But that's literally what I've heard from everybody as soon as they get to town or whatever. It's, hey, I want a record deal. I'm here to get a record deal. I don't think you're supposed to have that mindset. I think you're supposed to be there and build a brand.
That fucking TV show sure made it look real easy. All you had to do was walk into the goddamn Bluebird one day and you were going to get found and you're going to have a deal the next week.
How quick did that end for you?
About 2 days in.
That's what I'm saying. If they're going to treat it like a business now instead of just a who's the most talented, fucking combat it.
Well, the days of a label establishing
Give me that fireball, Marky.
an artist, emerging an artist are over with. You
Yeah.
got to have a platform, you got to have a product, you got to have something already built. And then you go to the label reaches out and says, hey, we see what you built. If you sign this piece of paper, we can make it even bigger.
Yeah.
And my thing is, the best mindset I ever put myself when I moved to Nashville, I've only been there for 2 years, but when I came there, everybody keeps telling you it's a 10-year town, which I don't necessarily believe, but that was like, that's a great thing for me. I'm 22 years old. I've got 10 years for this shit's going to happen, so I got some time. I don't know anybody. Let me just go out and make some friends and see
Yeah.
what happens, you know, and start kind of get my friend base built, start building a place where I'm gonna be here for a while. And I feel like that by going about it that way and not using any business or any competitive mindset whatsoever, I feel like just by gaining great friends and loyal friends and people that you love like family, I feel like that helped me business wise, and that wasn't even the goal.
I give you a lot of shit, but I 100% agree with you. Like, you actually, the way that you go about doing shit is the way that I'm talking about doing it on social media.
100%.
You got a
Yeah,
smart
yeah,
fucking
like,
business mind.
you do it
Yeah.
that, like that, ever since I've been around you the first time. One thing that I don't know why it irks me so fucking bad, but I can't stand when I'm at Red Door or where the fuck I'm at in Nashville, and people talk about just literally writing a song or the industry or whatever the whole fucking time. I've literally never heard Skinny walk up to a single fucking person and talk about writing a song, an
You don't
idea
schedule
for a
rights at
song.
Red Door. That's fucking, I don't
Yeah,
know
that's
why anybody
not-
would ever do that.
But like, I like the fact the way that you do stuff, and what I'm trying to do, or what I want everybody to kind of do together, is that, but through social
There's a
media.
time and place for it, and that
You make the
conversation will
connections
get
and the
brought up.
friends.
Yeah, that conversation will get brought up with the people that you love and bond with and have a friendship with. That'll come down the road. Like, songs are going to get written, shows are going to get played, all that's going to be. But
Coming in
friendships don't get made every
annoying
day.
people
So if
about
you're
it,
going to make
you're
a
not making
friendship with
friends.
somebody,
Yeah.
100%.
I mean, I can say that any cut I've ever had has, except for a few now, because I think that over time my reputation does build to where they're like, oh, he writes good songs
Yeah.
or whatever. But I mean, it's just like, you know, with Blaine, I didn't know Blaine well before 2020, probably in that time frame. But Dukes has been my brother for years. He's my best friend. Well, then Dukes introduces me to Blaine, and me and Blaine become great buddies. And I knew you from back in the day. And any cut I've ever had or any type of success or whatever you want to call that has come because of relationships.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It's not because someone thinks you're the greatest freaking songwriter ever or something like that. It's been because we found a group and we worked throughout that group together and created a foundation. Now, when we moved to Nashville, I moved to Nashville in 2014. 2014 Nashville is completely different from today's
Oh, yeah.
Nashville. In those days in Nashville, to get a writer's round at 8 o'clock was a big damn deal. And you had to go and you had to prove and you had to show that you were growing in your writing, and you had to play the open mic circuit. And, you know, I didn't know how to write a song at 19. I thought I did, but I didn't.
You come here with a bunch, you think they're real good, and then
Right.
you're like, damn, I'm
And
the worst
I
one
can
out of
remember,
everybody.
Small town
I can
heroes.
remember 2 songs that I wrote from that time.
Yeah.
And we're talking 1,500 songs later. You know, those days, though, were built more off of handshakes, getting to know people. Who's
You
he
walk
write-
into Revival,
who
you
do-
meet the guy
right.
that runs it, and you go like, oh,
Who
2
do
weeks
they
later,
write
you're gonna play
with?
it.
Yeah.
Who do they work with? What are they like? Where can they get better? And social media comes around. This is my problem with social media. This is where I have a problem with it. It's taken away from the art of the music. Because you get a 17-year-old. I'm not saying any names. I'm not thinking of anybody specific. But you got a 17-year-old that sang a song in their mom's bathtub that came out 27 years ago. They get 17 million views off of it. And the guy down at Live Oak that's got more talent than that person has in their pinky finger gets
100%.
shorted because they are playing to 100 people in a bar when that person has
And they're-
never played a show
and
in
it's
their
all-
life and
and
got
it's
a
all
deal off
due-
of one song.
I
And they're
will.
also not getting
because
filled by
of the
their mom in a
algorithm.
bathtub at 17 years old.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ, the fuck up. What were you saying, Justin?
And it's all because of the algorithm.
Yeah.
You know
It's-
what I mean?
It's not talent based. You
I
got to
went
remember
through
that,
exactly that we were talking
That is
about a
why.
couple
That's
weeks
why I
back.
want to do the shit I'm talking about, because it's not talent based. You have to learn how to fuck the system. Like you have
And-
to learn how to combat it.
And publishing deals, I know we've all had meetings here, but I haven't met anyone that's signing a publishing deal right now that hasn't already had some kind of success driven behind them, because the truth is, like you said, it's a bank loan. So let's just think it from that standpoint. If I'm a publisher and I'm about to invest $100,000 in you over the next 3 or 4 years, why would I give that to you if you don't already have financial money success coming in from your music
very
to
unheard
pay
of.
me back?
Exactly.
Very unheard of.
They're
The
not
day-
going to go too deep. They're not going to get too upside
That's
down.
that's when radio tours and management and artists growing used to matter, where it doesn't now.
No.
Yeah.
That's
And
what's
another
crazy
thing-
about the. Oh, sorry.
They're not going to invest money in you if you don't have the money to pay them
Exactly.
back.
The social. No, go ahead.
Yeah, the best advice I've ever been given about a publishing deal is you never want your draw to add up over $100,000 in your first two
No.
options. Because if it gets that upside down, there's no way you're going to be able
You're
to
not getting
recoup
out of it.
that.
Well-
you're never going to get out of it, and they're going to drop you after your
And-
second option
And my
or your
thing
first
is,
option.
my thing is too, like you were saying, if you
Depends on
really
the deal.
even need a publisher deal or a record deal. My thing is, I got people right now that are my close friends, and they are signed with the biggest publishing company
fucking
in
hate
the
it.
world, and they just hate it because they're not even doing anything for them.
Right.
Like the songwriter is getting the cuts from himself.
Yeah,
like
because
that's
he's
for
why-
writing them with
himself.
the artist and doing
That's
the work.
why joint ventures are becoming the new thing.
Exactly.
You know,
Yeah.
because you got a point person, you've got a team that's working
Yeah.
on top of being with the big publisher, also has the resources and the perks of a big publisher, but you still have a small, everyday go-to
Right.
team.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I've talked to several of them. They're like, "Well, damn, you know, if that's the case, then
The
I
joint
should
venture is
just
the way to go.
Joint ventures are it.
hire somebody to run my calendar and just keep my publishing."
It's like, do you know John Kraft? I think
Yeah.
I think he was telling me that's how he like worked his deal out
Oh.
or whatever. He knew Taylor Phillips, and he's got a really successful construction business. So he was just like, hey, if I give you like some money and whatever, and like he ended up making like a joint venture between Taylor and like Warner, and that's how he got his deal there. Like a lot of it's just being able to finagle that shit in.
And I know some writers that stay independent and they hire somebody to book their schedules and they hire
Hey, any of
their own
y'all-
plugins.
You need a plugger
Yeah,
and
that's
you
what
need a
I'm saying.
fucking.
Yeah.
Do
booker.
any of y'all have a mic stand?
I brought one.
No.
Yeah, Biggs got one.
You still have mine, don't you?
You were talking about the
House, yeah.
the social
that's
media
yours. I
stuff
didn't realize
too.
that was yours now.
I had a show at the listening
I
room
mean,
a while
I'll get
back.
it whenever.
We ended up.
I'll bring it next time I come to Nashville.
Yeah,
I'm not going to name names, but he was a guy that blew up on TikTok and got asked to play in a round because he had some record label coming out to watch him and whatnot. And he had blown up on TikTok real big. And so it was like, all right, cool. We got him in that round with us. And when I walked into the green, is it not rolling anymore?
It's rolling. It's rolling. I just know the story you're talking about because
Yeah, I've told you.
yeah,
Yeah.
well, Nikki told me.
Oh, Nikki told you too?
Yeah.
Yeah, this kid was in the green room, just panicked. And he's fucking gray. And I'm like, you good? And he's like, I'm just a little nervous. And I was like, it's just the listening room, man. It's going to be all right. Like, you'll be with us. You know, we'll just joke with the crowd, make some fucking jokes. They're going to have a good time. We're going to be fine. Like, let's go do a shot. Got him a shot. And then he came back in the room and he's still nervous. And I was like, man, it's going to be all right. And he's like, I've never played. And I was
Yeah.
like, again, it's a listening room. And he goes, no, I've never played in front of people in his life.
And that's crazy.
His first show was
Nikki-
picking up a fucking
because the
guitar,
listening
playing a song
room-
that was almost #1 at that time. that
Nikki
he'd
told me
never played.
he told me that story on the show is Bailey, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, Nikki. He says who it is on the show. By the
Oh.
way, it's the only reason I'm saying it now.
Yeah, but it was wild to watch. He was so nervous. And
The
it was just
listening
like,
room-
you've never played ever, and you're getting thrown to the fire
And when
right
you moved
now.
to Nashville, like in the era we
That's a
did,
big
the
venue.
listening
Yeah.
room is
So
the
it
biggest
took me
songwriter venue.
5 years to get my first round there, and
Yeah.
when I played in that round, I didn't have enough songs to make it through that I thought were good enough to hold up with the round we were at. It was at the old one.
Yeah.
That was at off of like second, and
Yeah, see, I've never played those.
it was like they had a bitching wall there. Everybody that ever played had
Yeah,
signed.
The
and
listening
then-
room is the best place
But
to
it's
play
it's,
that
it's a
I've
great
ever.
venue. It's
Right.
just it was so hard to get into.
That's force.
It's in the Nashville industry, and that's the thing too is like there's the outside world and then there's the industry, there's Music Row and the reputation from that, but the listening room is the place.
Well,
Dude,
Yeah,
I've played
I
there.
mean-
I've played the Bluebird. I've played so
Yeah.
many places, and honestly, Bluebird's a great venue. I'm not talking any down on them at all. But like compared to like you go do the listening room, and it's like it's a bigger area. You're making more off the door, which you don't make money at writers' rounds like really ever. And then you go to the Bluebird, you make a little less money, but it's still the iconic thing, and it's gonna sell out every time. So
Yeah.
you're like, hell yeah!
That's
But
something you
you're
want to cross
you're
off your
sitting
list.
below people. Like you're in the center of the room, so unlike being above,
I still
and
haven't been there
You're
yet.
lower than everybody, and it's just an awkward feeling. The sound kind of vibrates in just a different way, like off of the room, and so it just doesn't sound the same as like Live Oak sounds just insane because of the system they have in there compared to that place. But it's still like an iconic venue to be at.
Well, we're gonna have to end this, but because we got to go set up for the actual show tonight.
This is
But-
probably one of the most depressing.
It got sad.
Podcasts
We started off
I've
really
been
funny,
involved
and
in.
you can actually
was funny
see. I
and got
shit you
serious.
not. You can see like the levels of everybody. It went from really fucking happy to all of a sudden like we.
It's also going to be your views.
There's nothing.
I don't
Listen,
reviews.
you're listening.
They're gonna listen to the first 30 minutes.
They're gonna be like,
They're
"Man,
gonna
he
listen to the
stopped
first
talking
30
about
minutes to be
buttholes."
hooked anyway.
There's
They're gonna like,
nothing
maybe they
about
got
the
fucking
music
funny
industry
later.
that
I
excites
get
anyone
I get like text messages
Yeah,
from
it's
people
like, we've
that
already
like
heard
I
it,
grew up
seen
with and
it
stuff
all.
that watch your show and they're like, "Oh, you were on his podcast. Like, how do you know him?" And they're freaking out. And I'm like, "Josh."
Yeah. What's funny? What's really fucking funny is this week, Brienne Young texted me.
I haven't heard that name in a long.
I
time.
love
I
Brienne Young.
love her.
She's one of my favorite fucking just people and songwriters, singers there is. She texted me this week, and I guess she'd either went on a date with a girl. I don't remember what the hell it was, but the girl literally was like, "I saw on your social media that you and Josh Terry are friends," and Brienne was like, "That piece of shit." Like, and she's like, "No, like I listened to his show," and she's like, "I didn't know that." Like, she messaged me. She's like, "I didn't know you had a big show. I was just hanging out with you because we're friends." She's like, "This girl literally thought I was so fucking cool because I was hanging out with you." I think that anytime that y'all have met somebody like this or I've met somebody like this, it's such a turnoff that if they are successful, they act successful. I like trash people, or I like people that's humble, and
Not even trash, just normal people.
well, yeah, people just don't care. Like, I would rather be able to do this right here and have the same amount of people that listen to this than somebody who has no talent, but they have 10 million followers on social media, do a show, and have no depth, and have no nothing. That's why I love the songwriters the way I do, because I feel like I'm you, and the fact that I'll probably never get the recognition that I want, but like I know I got more to offer.
No, the beard like that.
Yeah, no shit. I got more to offer as far as my views and everything else compared to somebody else. And that's got to be what y'all feel most of the time when you know that you've wrote something that is special. And it's just, I'm not this guy, so nobody's going to fucking listen.
It brings you down a little bit, but like
Yeah.
that's definitely one of those things that you get over time. You'll go through those times in town where you're like getting down on yourself, like fuck, how that person is not good. How are they doing something? Or that
it's a roller
person's
coaster ride.
better.
It
and then all of
is.
a sudden, like you do some shit, and it's just like it doesn't really matter. I'm here to do this. Everybody's on a different fucking
That's it.
path, and you just got to be happy that you're literally like
Doing
I'm
what
not,
you love to
I'm
do.
not working on a fucking ambulance anymore. I mean, I am sometimes, but I'm not doing it every day trying to fucking want to kill myself.
Well,
You know?
I
I'm
think
doing what I like to do.
I think even like in your case, when you tell your story and you talk about like what you just said, it's real, it resonates, it's got staying power. To where some people, if you just did something trendy and you got noticed, you don't have something that's going to attach on to other people because they don't know how to feel about that. Like they don't have any kind of connection to them. To where like it's Jared's story, Blaine, yours, Skinny's, Justin's. If you do it in the right way and you build a fan one time, they're going to always be. They're always going to be a listener. They're always going to be a lover of your stuff, to where these other folks, it's not that they're a flash in the pan because they're talented, but they didn't have to grind. They didn't have to work their ass off to get to where they're at. And I think a lot of those folks just fall
Absolutely.
off.
You're gonna have bad shows, like, and you're gonna have to learn how to deal with that. Like, they're not all gonna go great.
Yeah.
I mean, I still have people that'll come to shows in Key West or a listening room show, and they'll like every year they come back for that kind of stuff. Every time they see us playing.
Yeah, I won't call this kid out because he was super good and he was very nice.
I appreciate you.
Yeah, you're welcome. But he was on American Idol, and he played one of my rounds here recently. He started it off, or like one of the first three rounds or whatever. And the kid was pumped because he had came to a previous show of mine, to where by the end of the night it was fucking packed out at Live Oak. And this kid obviously thought if you're playing the 5 to 6 to 7 round that it was going to be the same way. No, it was not even fucking close. But I don't think that's like that for anybody. But you could tell like his energy went fucking out when there wasn't a shit ton of people there. But there was somebody sitting next to him that had played those rooms 1,000 times. That wasn't as talented either. Like
They were able to save it.
but they saved it. And he put on a fucking show compared to where this one kid, he didn't have that. He didn't have that grit to look out there and nobody's fucking paying attention, so you make them fucking pay attention. Yeah, and I'm telling you, like you can tell without some of that experience
with
and in hard
practice.
times.
That comes with practice, but it also shows you who truly loves it and who's
Yeah.
doing it for the right reasons.
The thing is always going back to me, and I'm down after this conversation because anything about the music industry downs me.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But the thing it will
Don't be
always
down.
Go, but no, I'm just saying.
You've had downs for a while.
But the thing,
Mark was born with it.
the thing
Mark
that it
will
always,
It didn't full on get me, but it nicked me.
the thing it always goes back to me for in an hour when we do this show.
Yeah.
And we pick that guitar up. It's going to be like it always was from the time I was 15 years old. It's
Oh, yeah.
between me, God,
And
and that
that's
guitar.
the right reasons to love it.
And that love of that song, because you cannot lose the love of that, because if you do,
No.
when
Well,
you
it's
do get
obvious.
kicked in the face, you're not going to get
lose,
back up.
If you lose the love for what you're doing, people will fucking see it, and it's so obvious when you see somebody that's just up there going through the motions, like not that they're all that way, but your typical person you see on fucking Broadway when you go to a bar and they play that bar 5 times a week and they play fucking Wagon Wheel 75 times. They're like, I want to kill myself.
Yeah.
And it's obvious. But
When-
the crowd doesn't know that because they're in town. They're like, woo!
Yeah. Going back to what Josh said earlier about when you write that certain song that you know is great and whatever, and then sometimes, like you said, Mark, it does get downing sometimes because, well, no one's heard it, no one's paying attention to
Yeah.
it. But I still feel like a 15-year-old kid when we write that special song, and that's the thing to me that I pray I never lose. And I had gotten a little numb to it there for a while, and due to some life circumstances, found that love for music again was, man, you cannot lose that.
You
That
can't.
passion and that love for it.
You got to have a different perspective on it. You got to realize that what you're doing is different, and then you got to think. I mean, you talked at Live Oak.
If it was easy, everyone would do it.
Yeah, and you got to think about the people that you love and that you cherish, the people that are just your fucking person.
Yeah.
If it took them 10 years to make it and for them to catch their break, give yourself a little bit of grace and realize it's going to take me 10 years.
Yeah.
If fucking the people that I look up to, that I idolize, they didn't just show up and they were a star. Then you have to realize,
and
like,
most of the ones that do become a star fast do not have the longevity.
they don't. That's what I was saying. They don't have staying power.
Yeah.
They don't. They don't know how to deal with it. They become a. No, I'm not gonna say just necessarily a train wreck, but it's easy come, easy go.
Yeah.
If you come, like, think about it like this. Every one of y'all know, and I don't mean this in a disrespectful way. Every one of y'all know what it's like to put a song out and to get no traction.
Yeah.
When you start off on the opposite end of that spectrum,
Yeah.
to where when the first thing you put out blows the fuck up, you have a mindset that I have to live up to that with everything that I do. And when you don't,
It's crushing.
like
sure.
you honestly, once again, it's gonna sound stupid. I think the way that y'all do things, the starting like from the bottom to get there and have your falls and everything along the way, I think it makes it not only to where you have concepts and you're going to come up with things to write to these folks that other folks never will, gives you a better outlook on life and something to actually connect with people. Because when you're at rock bottom and you write a song, it's going to resonate with everybody that's at rock bottom. And most everybody's been at rock bottom, but not everybody's been at the fucking mountaintop.
The thing about rock bottom is it's a dang good place to build a foundation.
God damn, she looks hot.
But
Hey, baby.
and y'all were
We're
talking
finishing up this show right now. He's waiting on y'all to get here. But anyway, before we leave, I just want y'all to know I love you guys. Thank y'all for coming to this.
Thank you for having us.
It's going to be a great time here playing in the next little bit. And, Mark's in there shitting.
Okay.
So we won't ask him to say goodbye, but y'all drop your social medias real fast before we get out of here.
Blaine Bunting on Instagram, Blaine Bunting Music on Facebook. Thank y'all for having me. It's great to be in Sneed. And Josh, Terry Podcast. Again, thank y'all for having me.
Love you, boo-boo.
Mark Warwick music from the bathroom, he says.
Okay.
I about want to stretch.
My name's Mark. And just go find me. Craigslist, Plenty of Fish.
He definitely has a casual encounter somewhere.
I probably shouldn't say that. He's got a girlfriend.
I'm from Oregon.
No, he's
Oh,
not
yeah.
on there. Y'all don't check on him there.
Is it
Okay,
Grinder?
Yeah, I got Grinder.
Just the Dukes music, Instagram, Facebook, all that stuff.
You can see him on Pornhub.
Jarrett Hartness on Instagram. That's all I got.
Little skinny.
Little Skinny, no, I'm not a rapper. LIL underscore skinny
I
underscore
don't think
music.
anybody ever accused you of that.
Just about every time I meet somebody.
And then Dave McMahon's gone.
Yeah.
Anyway, we got to go set up for Back Road Park. But thank each and every one of y'all. Please check out Cottonfield Grill, Back Road Park. We just announced our April the 20th show with them. Jason, Michael Carroll, Riley Anderson, Cassidy Daniels, Miles G. If you are a social media personality from the state of Alabama, please hit us up. We're giving some of y'all tickets to come out to that April the 20th to help us kind of share the new park. And we love y'all. Thank y'all for listening to the show. We'll catch you next time.